What is Stoicism? Stoicism is a practical philosophy founded on the basis that meaningful thoughts and actions are the building blocks of a good life. The Stoics aim to live in harmony and balance with the natural ebb and flow of life, taking the good and the bad in stride, striving every day to be braver, wiser, more just, and more conscientious no matter what. The first Stoic. The first Stoic was a man called Zeno of Kition, who was born into a shipping merchant family in 334 BC. The story goes that Zeno, who had always harbored a passion for philosophy, founded Stoicism as a direct result of a tragedy that saw his worldly wealth lost at sea. In regards to that twist of fate that brought Stoicism into the world, Zeno is reported to have said, "Now that I have suffered shipwreck, I am on a good journey." The loss of his riches, status, and presumed future forced Zeno to think very differently about the world, the meaning of his own life, and the role that philosophy played within it. He was no longer satisfied by turning to the words of Socrates to challenge his intellect. He lost interest in the loftiness of philosophy and instead wanted to develop and share ideas that would help people make sense of the challenges and sorrows they faced every day and to live more fulfilled lives as a result. The rise of Stoicism. Based on his own experience, Zeno taught his students to live in accordance with the natural order of the world and seek out good journeys through bad experiences. While his followers were, for a brief time, referred to as Zenoans, they soon came to be known as Stoics, so called because Zeno taught out in the open, from a public platform in Athens known as the Stoa Pokyle, or the Painted Porch. From the Painted Porch, Zeno taught his fellow ancient Athenians how to live well through the pursuits of ethics, harmony, and virtue. For the next several centuries, Zeno's Stoic philosophy flourished, perhaps seeing its peak heyday in the 1st and 2nd centuries AD, while the Roman Empire was in its prime. This period in Stoic history saw the rise of three of the most prominent contributors to the legacy of Stoicism, whose teachings we will turn to time and time again throughout this book: Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Lucius Annaeus Seneca the Younger, widely known simply as Seneca, was a Roman philosopher, dramatist, and political advisor to the Roman Emperor Nero. Like Zeno, Seneca suffered losses and struggles that prompted him towards a worldview that embraced hardship without hardening the heart. A breathing condition often kept him ill, and he spent 10 years being nursed back to health by his aunt and uncle in Egypt before losing them to a shipwreck in 31 AD. Having been educated from an early age by his tutor, the Stoic thinker Attalus, Seneca had a built-in gift for finding perspective through his challenges, turning his hardships into reflections on the human condition and giving actionable advice to improving one's life. A gifted writer, he remains one of the most accessible and prolific writers on Stoic philosophy.